You are listening to Local Spins on WYCE, this 1-hour exploration of the best in local and regional music. We got some brand new music, rarely heard songs that are in the WYCE studio here. I'm your host, John Sinkovich with LocalSpins.com, the website that covers West Michigan's music scene. And welcome once again to an hour of examining the amazing wealth of Michigan's musical talent. This is an extra groovy edition of Local Spins on WYCE.
Grand Rapids was too big to be small, but too small to be big. And what's cool about the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years is that it's kind of grown into itself. And so you kept a vibrant music culture, but the city grew into that, and now you have something that is a stepping stone, you know, for a bigger venue, a larger audience.
If you look at Michigan and the Midwest in general, you have Detroit, and you have Chicago, and in the middle you have Grand Rapids. And so from Grand Rapids, you're able to go 3 hours to Detroit, 3 hours to Chicago, 3 hours down to Bloomington. Those are three huge music places. And that allows us to have bands play, you know, Friday or Saturday in one of those venues and come through here on a Sunday, or pass through here on a Thursday night before they get to Chicago for Friday night. And so because of that, there are more shows going on here than in a lot of places.
I just think people want to go out and see interesting new stuff and not just be stuck at home watching Netflix.
Music appreciation here, just appreciation for the arts in general, here in Grand Rapids is fantastic. I've gone to other places where the music appreciation isn't as good as it is here.
Naturally, there's still a lot of competition in the music businesses, but right now I think we're in a sort of a very fertile time period in Grand Rapids and West Michigan, where you've got a lot of bands that are willing to help each other to raise their profile and to promote their art. And every time I see a new band, I get really excited about what I'm seeing. But the problem I'm finding with a lot of these artists is they really don't have the money or the resources to be able to promote themselves.
When you do get into the market in Grand Rapids, though, they do an awesome job promoting shows.
A friend of ours, John Sinkovich, does a great job with that as well. He runs his own music blog and has his own music website, and he does a really good job with not just promoting the big acts that come through town, but also doing a local talent specific article.
I try to time the performances and the interviews that I do with them around when they're going to be performing, or when they're having new CD releases, or when they're releasing new albums. But I do think that in order to take that next step, most of these artists really need to find professional recording studios to do what they do.
I think what we have to offer, being engineers at River City Studios, is we offer a studio environment that is on par with what you would see in a major city.
We record at River City Studios. That's been a huge part to being in Grand Rapids. We know Joe McCarter and the whole gang there very well, and we've had an awesome time getting our products out through them, and it's just been great.
If you're a band and you really know the kind of sound you want, you can find a place to do it.
I just wanna survive, just wanna survive with you.
I mean, there are obviously things like YCE, Local Spins, we got connected in with some of the morning shows like on 105.7 and stuff like. There's some really cool resources for promoting your music, and once something is good and it's out there, like, it spreads fast.
The open mic scene here is awesome, and everyone's really accepting. So going out and meeting other artists who are doing the same thing you're doing and just making those connections and kind of building your base.
It's the one thing trying to be in a basement band yourself, but you really need connections if you want to launch and take off.
I mean, the musicians have to have a value to their music, and we also have to educate the venues about that value.
There's a lot of really great places to play here in town. That's the thing. The venues that are here are really great. Venues that are here are really great. I would just personally like a few more that are accessible for younger people, just because there's a lot of young people here.
Any place that would let us on a stage, we would play. And we played in a couple other configurations around Grand Rapids, and a lot of times it ended up us opening for those bands or playing at intermission, like 3 songs, and that was great because very slowly we got our fan base.
My first paid gig was like a Wednesday night acoustic night at McFadden's, and that was really what started getting the ball rolling. Got people to like come out to shows, and where I started like my Facebook page and started getting like a fan base, I guess.
What the aspiring musician needs is absolute tenacity. If you really want this badly, you gotta want it badly.
I can't be too, maybe I changed that. And now
Most people don't even realize their potential until they're thrown into it.
It's not like you're smack dab in Nashville or New York or LA and you're competing with so many different musicians out there and such a huge territory that I think it's daunting for a lot of these musicians and songwriters to be able to make a dent. Here I think they feel that their voices actually can be heard, whether it's on a radio station like this, whether it's on a website, whether it's in a venue where I think people can just stop by and stop in and see what they're doing.
Well, in Nashville, being that it's Music City, people everywhere are looking for opportunities just like we would be. So whenever you go down to Nashville, it's always, it's not impossible, but it's always hard to find shows, especially shows that are supporting to the artists, like actually financially they're willing to give. Because for every show that you're gonna ask for a guarantee at, there's about 1,000 other bands who will do it for free and do it maybe just as well.
Mm-hmm. Will we ever be in Nashville? No. Nashville's Nashville. But we are getting recognition more and more often as a great place to begin to play music.
I can really see that some of these bands are starting to find their legs and are really starting to move forward. And that makes me feel great because I think we do have a lot here in West Michigan that we can offer the world in terms of the music scene.
It is a cool town and it deserves attention.
We're not oversaturated here in Grand Rapids.
It's almost like every industry here is getting better because the city is seeing so much growth.
Yeah, which just makes people strive for something more and makes people competitive too, which creates better product in the first place. Right. You know what I mean?
There's so many opportunities for young musicians, for people just getting into the game to play out and start really building something. And I think Grand Rapids is an awesome stepping stone for that. I know it has been for myself and my band, and for plenty of other people, plenty of other musicians in the area are happy to call Grand Rapids home.
Grand Rapids has always been, for years, the best kept secret in Michigan. It has a vibrant music and art scene. It has got some incredibly talented people working in the recording business.
At any time now, there's going to be a breakout hit or breakout band from Grand Rapids. I think it's just a matter of time. There's a lot of potential in this town, and I think the future is bright for Grand Rapids as far as the music scene is concerned.